morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you listen to this. This is Tanks and Tutties, presented by Tubbs and Frankie, and we have our first champion in show history sitting right here, and it's Tubbs. I'm a champion. Or did the Bucks win it when we were doing the podcast?
I feel like
I don't think so.
have been...
I think that was right before we started. When was it? 21?
Yeah.
So that was July of 21. I don't think we started till... Yeah, we were still in college when they won it.
Yeah.
Or no, we just graduated. Yeah, no, we didn't have a podcast yet. So first champion in show history, the Michigan Wolverines took down Washington. I'm not going to say anything. We're going to get into it later. I will save everything for then. I got a lot of notes, a lot of takes, and I have a piping hot take that is kind of not boiled down, but kind of cooled off to a warm take because other people are saying it as well. I just saw. But let's start. Frankie, how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty chill, once again. Paige and I have basically decided we're going to try and do dry January. Just trying to chill out, not go out so much. So, I think Saturday, what did we even do Saturday? Oh, Saturday we kind of went and did some exploring, some apartment shopping. Our lease is going to be up in April, so we're planning on re-signing, but we kind of wanted to see if there are any other apartments out there that were nicer and that maybe were cheaper or anything. Didn't find anything so far, but did some of that on Saturday. Went and got some food, stuff like that. Sunday, obviously watched NFL football. Big day for the Packers on Sunday. Had to watch, had to support. And then Monday, had work all day, finished up, plopped down on the couch and watched possibly one of the most boring national championships I've watched in a long time.
Ooh, that's a mild.
No,
take.
I don't actually think it was that boring. It wasn't the best, obviously.
It's definitely not the most boring championship. It's definitely nowhere near the most boring you've watched in a while. Last year's was boring.
Yeah.
Didn't even watch after the first 10 minutes. So, my weekend now? Sorry, completely interrupted.
Yes.
My weekend, it's hard to remember because we are recording on Wednesday now. I apologize for that. That's my fault. As you guys know, I said last week I recently bought a PC, decided to do the whole desk with it. My mom and dad came over yesterday, helped me put it together. Ran into some issues. It took longer than expected, and I didn't want to record at 7:30, so we pushed it back a day. Appreciate that, Frankie. But anyway, so Friday, just played some games. I think I was really just chilling, doing some stuff, trying to figure out some stuff for the podcast as well, but mostly games. I'm trying to work on getting together recordings for TikTok and maybe a little Twitch action for some live recordings, but we're working on that. I say we, and it's me, and I'm lazy, so it's going to be a minute. No, don't expect anything crazy. And then Saturday, Sid came over. We didn't really do much. I think we just kind of relaxed. I did buy a game. It's called OK Boomer. It's trivia where some of the cards are built for older folks / I'd say mid-40s would be good. It's a lot of 80s, 90s questions. And then there's the new stuff. That was a lot of fun. I can't wait to play it with my parents. I might play it this Friday. Watched football. I think the Texans game was on Saturday night. And then when Sid went to bed, played some games. Sunday, watched football all day. Did a lot of cooking. Oh, Saturday I did make a buffalo chicken dip. It was fire. And then Sunday I made tacos in the crock pot. I did 2 crock pots. That's crazy. Watched football. Oh, I did go pre-bowl because Michigan played Monday night. I bowl at 6. So I didn't want to bowl while that game was on. I wanted to watch my dad, obviously. And then Monday, went to my parents, watched the game, came home. I took Tuesday off because I thought I was going to get belligerently drunk. I turned out not getting belligerently drunk because I was like, I want to sleep in my own bed. And I did take my computer home to work from home, so I had to get up early. So, woke up Tuesday, felt great. Monday night, bought all my championship gear. I spent a lot on championship gear. And I kind of screwed up. Let me tell this story real quick. So, for the Rose Bowl, last year, I didn't buy gear when Michigan made it versus TCU, and I regretted it. And then this year, when they won their first round, I was like, I'm going to get the gear just in case we don't win it. I still want it to remember. So, Frankie, as you can see behind me, I got the Rose Bowl hat. But I screwed up now because the Rose Bowl gear is pointless because we won the championship. So I dropped $100 on Rose Bowl gear. And then Monday night, I dropped $200 on championship gear. I got another hat, a sweatshirt, a shirt, and a long sleeve shirt. Now, they're all very sweet, and I'm going to wear all of them. But I think the hat I'm not going to wear, the championship hat. I think that's going to be on my shelf right here, Frankie. I will always have it for you right there so you can see and remember that Michigan won the championship 2023-2024. Now,
hand up.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you can actually see me, but
I cannot see you.
So I don't think it was bad to buy Rose Bowl gear because what happens, I mean, this is just hypothetical. What happens if, say sometime 5 to next 7 years or so down the road, they decide to, vacate it?
I'm sure we'll get into that, so I won't say too much, but I won't give a fuck. And I'll tell you why later. I'm not going to get into it right now. But bring that back up when we talk about it here in a second. It'll be after locks and long shots. Let's do locks and long shots. So, we reset for the new year. So, last week was our first week with the fresh set. I've got the all-time numbers. We won't talk about those every week. There's no point. But if at any point I need to bring up something to make Austin feel bad, I will bring up his locks and long shots record versus mine. So, let's get started. My locks last week went 1-0. I had the Lions -3. I said I don't want to do research. Easy play. They won by 10 against the Vikings. Nick Mullins is trash. The Lions own him. This week, Chiefs -4.5. This is a square pick. I hate it because, it's going to be 0 degrees. Miami is 0-10 straight up in the last 10 games below, I think it's 20 degrees or something. Or was it Tua? Not Miami. It's Tua.
I think it's just Tua.
Just Tua. In games under 20 degrees, he is 0-10 straight up. Now, 4.5, that's a lot of points. But the Dolphins, and it's two teams that have limped into the playoffs. The Chiefs haven't looked good either. But it is at home. It's the playoffs. It's Mahomes. I think the Chiefs win this game by easily 7. You're going to give me 4.5? Yeah, I'll take it. The other thing, I got 2 this week. I'm taking the over as well. And this is the opposite of what the public is going to do. The public's going to take the under because it's cold. Tua won't play well. He won't score. Tua's going to score. They're going to go out there. They're going to put up 14. Now, the question is, will the Chiefs put up 31? I think they could. So, I'm taking the over 44 as another lock. I also really like the Bills -10. I'm not touching it, though, just because Pittsburgh's fucking weird like that. But TJ Watt's out, so I do like the Bills -10. It's huge for a playoff spread, which is crazy. Long shots. I went 0-1 last week. I had the Bears money line. They were right there, honestly. The Packers never really ran away with it, but they dominated that fucking game. It was never really actually right there, but it felt like it was. Kind of hurts my take that Justin Fields will be coming back as well, as he played horrible. I can see you again. Did you do that just to shake your head?
Yeah.
What are you disagreeing with? I said that perfect. I said they were right there, but they weren't. The Packers dominated that game.
Yeah,
final score was what, 20-9?
17-9.
Yeah, so they're one touchdown away.
Yeah, but we own the Bears, and the score made it seem a lot closer than it actually was.
But that's what I'm saying is that you look at the score and you're like, oh, wow, the Bears competed and it was on the road. No, the Packers dominated. They never trailed. Or did they? Wasn't it 3-0 to start? I think the Bears drove down and got a field goal. But,
yeah, I think so.
So 0-1 there. This week, I just kind of threw something together. I didn't really see any underdogs I liked / any alternate spreads I would have liked. Maybe the Bills up to -14. I think they win by 2 touchdowns. You'll take the push there. But I did end up drawing up Gibbs and Montgomery anytime touchdown parlay +170. I think the Lions heavily focus on the run at home. I think Monty gets us started off. I think he scores the first touchdown. And then I think Gibbs sneaks in at some point in the pass game. So +170 there. Very low for 2 touchdown scores on the same team, but I think it's a lock. So what was I going to say? Oh, anytime you can make something you think is a lock, a long shot, perfect. +170 will take it. Your locks. You started hot.
I did. I had a great week last week. 2-0 on the locks. I had the Packers money line. They obviously won. And then I had the Chiefs +3. I said there was no way that even the Chiefs backups would lose to that Chargers team. They did not.
They almost did lose, but they would have covered.
Exactly. I mean, score was a lot closer than the game was.
There you go.
Actually, I don't know. I didn't watch a second of that game, but
it was dominated by the Chiefs.
Oh. Okay, so either way, 2-0. This week, Packers +7.5. I'm trying to pull up the stats right now. The Packers, this is an all-time rivalry. Packers are actually 9-1 in the last 10 against Dallas. Granted, this is with a completely new quarterback. But Jordan Love has looked good. Aaron Jones has looked fantastic. And if there's one weakness to this Dallas team, it's that their rushing defense isn't great. People have kind of run all over him lately. And I mean, if Joe Barry just decides he wants to have the game of his life, try to, save his career, this would be the game to do it. So I think it's going to be a closer game. I think at most it's maybe a touchdown game. So I'm going to take the plus 7.5. Hope that the Packers hold on there. And then I'm going to take Josh Allen anytime touchdown. He has kind of been on a tear. In the last 5 games, he's got 6 touchdowns on the ground rushing. So he didn't get one last week against Miami, but now he's got the Steelers who don't have TJ Watt. I like it. It's plus even, or it's even odds. So
is it really even? So last week, Bills and Dolphins, I went all in on the Bills. I was like, oh, -3, that's easy. It turned out to be a pretty big sweat. I live bet their money line at halftime too. I think I got it at plus odds. But
yeah, you used the L word. I'm pretty sure
I did. No, I didn't use it. I said I think Bills -3 is an L word. And it was, but it was a sweat.
I got -2.5. So
my story that I hopped in with was that I bet Josh Allen anytime touchdown because I was like, oh, he's on a tear. Motherfucker didn't score. He needed a touchdown for an incentive as well. That's why I bet it. He didn't score.
Oh.
So he is very due. I will be betting this weekend. I love this lock. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah. So those are the 2 I'm riding with. Long shots still open. Tennessee to win the SEC in basketball. They look good the last week or so. Not gonna lie. I think they're number 5 right now in the polls. Conference play is starting, so this is the fun time of college basketball, which kind of lines up perfectly with the NFL season kind of winding down. I've been betting quite a bit on college basketball recently. Not great, not bad. It's been 50-50, but so we'll keep an eye on that one. Last week, 1-2, not the greatest start on long shots, but I mean, can't be worse than how it was in the past. Had the Chiefs money line, that was a dub. Took the Browns money line. That was just bad. I think that game ended up 38-7, 14. Something like that.
No, Browns scored twice. David Bell.
Yeah, it was gross. And then I had the Bills to miss the playoffs just as kind of a flyer out there. That lost as well. This week we're going Aaron Jones touchdown. I just talked about how the Packers kind of own the Cowboys and how Aaron Jones has been running really well. I believe I'm pulling up these stats. Well, Aaron Jones kind of owns the Cowboys. Oh, yes. So the last 3 times he's played them, actually it's the only 3 times he's played them, 2022, 138 yards and a touchdown. 2019, 107 yards, 4 touchdowns, 75 receiving yards. And then in 2017, 125 yards and a touchdown. So 3 games he's played, he's got 6 touchdowns against him. I like those odds to get a touchdown.
Yep.
Against the Cowboys. And then my other one, I have to put this out there. There's no odds for it yet. Jim Harbaugh. I would like to take odds that he is not back at Michigan. I don't know if that's technically a long shot. I was going to say, I put it under the long shot for now. Wasn't sure which way you wanted to go with it.
I feel like
I think he's going to the NFL.
If you were to throw odds on that, Harbaugh to leave for the NFL would be -180. And then to stay would be like +130.
Well, I will move it to my locks then.
Do you want to take a long shot on the team he goes to? Kind of opened up a little bit today.
Yeah, it did.
You don't have to. I'm just giving you the option. I think that's what kills your long shot record, though, is the crazy ones.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm just going to keep the lock of him going to the NFL.
Okay.
I won't throw a team on it yet. We might, in the future, I might throw something out there, but
well, that is a perfect segue, but before we do, I do want to bring something up. Tennessee is only -2 tonight versus Mississippi State. What are your thoughts?
Ooh. Actually, give me about 2 seconds. I have a college basketball betting guide, which takes every team against the spread, every team's over-under, and just shows it as like a matchup. Tennessee covers at a 46%, Mississippi at a 57%. They're -2.
That's it.
Ugh.
Mississippi State just lost to South Carolina.
I really do. Oh, South Carolina's bad, though. I don't
Yep,
like
it was
it.
on the road.
I like their money line, but I don't like the -2.
Yeah, I took it, and this is the second time I bet on Tennessee. The first time was when you said the first half spread. They were up the whole first half, and then they blew it to Illinois. So we'll see if they can redeem themselves. Before we get into college football, I do want to say,
two quick notes.
I am probably taking every single one of your bets except for Packers plus 7.5. I will be betting Josh Allen touchdown. I will be betting Aaron Jones touchdown.
Wow.
Strongly, like when I looked at the Packers plus 7.5, I was like, man, 7 points in a playoff game.
That is nice of you.
Chance the Cowboys roll them. So I won't touch the Packers spread, but I will be taking Aaron Jones touchdown, Josh Allen touchdown.
I kind of felt the same about yours. It's a love-hate with all of your picks because, like, the Chiefs, I saw the whole stats about it, about the Dolphins not covering 0-10, whatever.
Yep.
And it makes me want to take the Chiefs, but it also feels like that's being put out there everywhere, so everyone's going to be on the Chiefs, and I'm really afraid to take it. Same with over. I hate the over, but that means I should probably take it.
Exactly. That's what I did there.
And then the Gibbs-Montgomery.
Yep. All right. Well, go ahead.
Sad John Morant done for the year, shoulder injury. I was really excited for the Grizzlies. No. I was very excited for the Grizzlies. Not anymore. Second note, I think I might be vetoing watching any baseball this year because the Dodgers are cheating, and whatever they're doing is highly illegal. They have $820-something million in deferred money just between 4 different players for like the next 30 years. Doesn't feel legal. Those players are going to get fucked over. I hope they know that. But that's my baseball note for the week. So.
Yep. Way to slide that in there. I agree with everything. I will not be boycotting. I just won't be watching baseball because it's too long of a season. But go Tigers. All right, let's segue then. Michigan wins the fucking ship. My thoughts, I have a lot. So I'm just going to go. Then I'm going to let you hop in. And then I'm going to hit the gloat notes is what I'm calling them. So, first of all, what a fucking season. All the bullshit with the cheating and the Harbaugh suspended and the don't let him in the playoff and the don't let him play in the Big Ten Championship and we fucking proved everybody wrong. And I'm so glad we went through Bama too because you can say, Ohio State, they weren't as good, Kyle McCord, blah, blah, blah. Bama was a good fucking team. Great defense. Their quarterback was good towards the end of the year. Then Washington. The best offense in college football was what I was hearing, and we shut them down. Our defense shut them the fuck down. Michael Penix looked lost. We made Michael Penix a great quarterback, mind you. I've come around on that. We made him look like an average quarterback that had a bad day. That's what he looked like. He looked like he looked like Kyle McCord having a bad day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he looked like. Now, I know
I'm agreeing.
Let's get right into that because I know what you're going to say. You're going to say holding calls and missed calls and they wanted Michigan to win. Nobody wanted Michigan to win, so don't even try that. I don't know if you're actually going to say that, but nobody wanted Michigan to win. The NCAA didn't. The refs didn't. There was
the sports books did.
The sports books did. They were the only people because everybody was on Washington. 5.5 is too much for a championship, blah, blah, whatever. Michigan went out there and they played football. If you ask, the main thing that I'm seeing now is holding calls, and I get it. But any football game, the offensive linemen hold. People say they hold every play. If you ask any offensive lineman, my brother, noted Michigan fan, might be a little biased, but I asked him, I was like, is it true they hold every fucking play? And he's like, yeah, that's how you get an advantage. That's how you block. You hold them. And he's like, you just let go when they go. So the refs are going to miss them. And it happened to Michigan, too. I was screaming it during the game when it was still close. And if Michigan lost, I would have found the same pictures that Washington fans are. I would have sent them to you and said, this is bullshit. That's what you do when you lose is you find excuses. However, Michigan won 34-13. And my other note on the holding, and then I'm going to let you jump in because I'm sure you've got a rebuttal because you were high on it. The one where the lineman threw him down and you tried to say that wasn't holding, it was. He grabbed his neck and then he tugged him and then followed through. That's a hold. You can't tackle the defensive lineman. It's unfortunate that it was their only big play. If that wasn't caught, if it was overthrown, nobody would have said a word. It wouldn't be in the media. But it's because it was their only big play of the game. Go ahead.
So I honestly don't have that much to say. I think I sent this in the group chat. There was obviously some missed calls. What game, especially this year, didn't have them. I don't think it would have changed the outcome of the game. I think it would have been closer. I think Michigan would have won regardless. They were the better team on the field at the time. I mean, personally, I wish some of those calls would have been made or corrected because I would have liked to see a closer game. Obviously, I was on Washington plus 7.5, not even 4.5 or 5.5. I took an alternate at plus 7.5, had it boosted. So I was obviously a little upset that I lost money, but it wasn't like a big deal. No, I mean, Donovan Edwards shredded that team. Blake Corum shredded that team. The defense made Michael Penix look bad, just like you said. I mean, I think Michigan deserved that game. I don't have any complaints about it. I do think, however, if you were to take a healthy Georgia team and put them out there, I think they would have beat Michigan by 14.
I was going to get into that, and I was going to say, I'm obviously not going to say they would have beat us. I think it would have been a better game. I wish we could see Michigan, Georgia, because I want my redemption for 2 years ago when they made us look dumb. But you got to look at the fact. You got to look at the fact that Bama beat Georgia, neutral field.
Yeah.
And we beat Bama. So I don't know. It's like it's going to be a conversation for years. I guarantee it. It'll be brought up forever that Georgia would have beat us and blah blah blah. I don't give a fuck. We won a championship. I bought all the fucking gear. I'm as happy as can be. That's why it's been so great, all this bullshit with the refs. And the only thing, though, is seeing all these people that hated on him. For example, Paul Feinbaum. He admitted he was wrong, which was crazy.
I did see that.
That dude, I hate that dude. I've hated him for a long time because he's a Michigan hater. And the cheating was just so great to him. He loved it. He ate it up. And then before the playoff, he was like, oh, I met the guys, and they didn't know about this cheating, and I was wrong there. But Michigan still needs to be held accountable, blah, blah, blah. And then Michigan wins it, and all of a sudden he's like, I couldn't have been more wrong, ... That was the fucking cherry on top of the biggest fucking pile of ice cream I could see in my life. Cake, whatever the fuck. I don't know. My thoughts are just... That was great. Brandon Walker, Barstool, big-time hater, too. That was great. Dave Portnoy, great for Michigan, by the way. He's amazing. He is spot on with his shit talk, with his gloating. It's amazing. Now, game highlights, I guess, real quick. Donovan Edwards busted out early. That was awesome. 2 long touchdowns that looked like Washington just didn't have a defense on the field. That was sweet, 14-3. And then Washington scored to make it 14-10. There was a bad holding call on Sanderstill to set him up. Still almost held him. Michigan's fucking red zone defense was unreal this year. I don't have the stats. I couldn't find it, but we allowed like the least amount of red zone touchdowns in the fucking nation. So yeah, 14-10 going into halftime. I'm like, we're fucking cooked because they're gonna get the ball back and Penix is gonna wake up eventually, and he just never did. I kept saying to my dad, I was like, you let him hang around just like Bama. Guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna fucking be down going into the fourth. And it just never happened.
The fourth down play where Penix missed his receiver, was that in the first half?
Yeah, that was the drive before they scored.
So I also think if that play obviously gets completed, that's a walk-in touchdown. So that makes
no. Timeout. It's not a walk-in touchdown. The receiver was falling down. If anything, it's a catch. They're at the 15.
I'm saying like if he hit him in stride.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If he hit him in stride, that's a walk-in touchdown.
It should have been a walk-in touchdown.
Yes.
Not it was going to be.
Yeah. So that would have made it, 14-point game if you're looking at the final score, I'm saying. And then if you take away the holding call on their biggest play in the fourth quarter there or whatever, that makes it... I feel like they probably would have ended up scoring on that drive, whether it was a field goal or a touchdown.
No, he would have caught that ball at the 40 and gotten tackled. You know how much harder you would have had? You still had so much to do to score, and our defense was flying around. Michigan
I don't know. I
wins
just
that game
felt
by
like
14,
they were
no
driving.
matter what.
I don't know. I'm just trying to find ways to get the 7.5 covered, but
yeah.
I do wish that I almost wish that this year would have been the 12-team playoff because I think we would have seen some really good fucking games this year.
This was the year for it because all year I kept saying like there's no one team that's clearly way better than everybody.
We would have had at least 2 Pac-12 teams in there.
In the 12 team, yeah, for sure.
That would have been right.
All right. The other thing is that I hate J.J. McCarthy getting hate for being, oh, you didn't do anything, blah, blah, blah. Dude, when Michigan needed it, J.J. made it happen. The throws to Loveland, the throw to Corum in the Rose Bowl. Granted, it was just a little out, but he found them. And then when it was 14-10 in the second half there, we went down and drove. I think we got a field goal out of it. I can't remember. Maybe we scored. But whatever. J.J. on 3rd and 8 at our own 8, scrambled for a first down, 20-yard gain. First of all, cashed my over rushing yards. Thanks, J.J. Appreciate that. But also 3rd and 8, like he always got it done with his legs. Like he makes plays. He's a good athlete. Now, he's not going to be a good NFL quarterback. And that takes me to my hot take.
That's funny because I also have I have something on this as well.
Okay. Well, let's wait because I forgot I have a bunch of notes that I took down that I want to talk about.
Okay.
So Michigan passing yards allowed by game, 132, 168, 124. Those were the 3 horrible opponents. Not gloating about those. Now we get into Big Ten play. 180, 199, 52. I can't remember who that was. 140, 133, 144.
Iowa or something.
74. We didn't play Iowa regular season.
Oh, yeah.
247, 271, 120 was Iowa in the championship. 116 against Bama, and then 255. Not a single team passed 300 yards. Only 3 eclipsed 200, and the first one was in the 11th game against Maryland. The passing defense was so good this year. And there was another thing with that I couldn't find, but that was the first, the defense only allowed 10.4 points per game, which is, it's give and take because of the opponents we played, but you've got Penn State in there, you've got Ohio State, you got Iowa, who was ranked. Alabama and Washington. Now that's the lowest points allowed total since it was like 1912 or something. So even before teams were claiming victories against their JV teams, which Michigan did do. So that was good there. We've also got rebuttal. Okay, go ahead.
For the passing stats, you guys didn't play a good quarterback until Michael Penix. Your best quarterback that you saw was Tua's little brother at Maryland.
Tua's little brother's good.
Yeah, that's the best one you saw all year, though.
Here's the thing, though. People preseason were all in on Drew Aller. We shut him down.
Yeah, that dude was horrible.
Okay, Kyle McCord, great quarterback.
Buns.
He was in the Heisman conversation for a long time.
Only because of his team makeup.
Okay, that's fine. Jalen Milroe, great quarterback. He was in the Heisman conversation. Doesn't matter. Passing shut down. Wisconsin.
I'm not saying
Wisconsin
that
played a lot of the same quarterbacks and gave up a lot of yards.
I'm not saying that your passing defense isn't bad. I'm just saying you guys didn't really face a good quarterback either until that also helped it.
This defense is generational. The other thing in this game I forgot to mention, our tackling was so good. So good. We missed one tackle on the first drive, and it pissed me off because I was screaming, wrap him the fuck up, wrap him up. I was so pissed. After that, the fucking defense just swarmed you. As soon as you touch that ball, here comes 4 people. That's why I think no matter what, missed calls or not, Michigan would have won the game because we were just swarming. Washington didn't have enough time. There was no big play opportunity. Penix was also off, and I don't know if it was that he was scared. He got fucked up, too. Michigan was hitting him hard.
If the Lions had some guys that could tackle like that, they'd be the 1 seed.
Yeah, I agree. Or play defense, a little bit of coverage maybe take some notes on the Michigan pass defense. Maybe, hey, this guy's their best receiver. They don't have anybody else that's really good. Let's put 2 on.
Connor Stallion should help them out.
They should hit him up. The last note, Michigan this whole season, they never really blew a team out. They always just controlled the game. And then in that fourth quarter, they just who was it? PJ Fleck. He said they're just like an anaconda or whatever the fuck. Or what did he say?
Boa constrictor.
What snake? Boa constrictor. He said they got you right there and they just tighten.
They suffocate
and then finally,
you.
in the fourth quarter, they just snap your fucking neck. They didn't do it against Bama. We didn't control that game. That was a good comeback, great comeback. But we did control the first half. So now we can get into the hot takes because we got the championship game wrapped up. Actually, let's talk personal. Championship night, it was kind of it was unreal because I'm so used to being disappointed with my teams that when it was over, I didn't even celebrate that much. I was just like, me and my dad, we hugged, we high-fived, we said, let's go. But, like, after that, it was just kind of like, all right, I'm going to head home, you know? And it's almost sad because, like, you expect the bad to happen. Like, 2 years ago, Michigan loses to Georgia. I'm sad for days. Michigan last year loses to TCU. I had to go to a New Year's Eve party and act happy. I wasn't happy. And now this year, you finally get it done, and I was just kind of like, well, now what?
I also think it's different with college, because like I know when the Packers won the Super Bowl, it was 2011, whatever. So I wasn't like super old, but I was old enough to like fully have an understanding and like, you know, be a fan of the team, and it was awesome. And then when the Bucks won it, it just felt so great because we'd seen them struggle and struggle and struggle. Like I literally hadn't known the Bucks team to be good until like 2 or 3 years before they won the championship. With Michigan, I feel like they've been good for quite a while. Like obviously they went through a rough patch, but like they've always been like towards the top of college football and like always been one of the top 3 teams in the Big Ten. And I don't know, just like you always expect them to be there late in the season, and it's just nice to finally like get that. I feel like it would almost be more of like a weight off your shoulder to be like, we finally got one.
Right.
Whereas like for me, it was like, holy shit, like we did it.
Yeah, it was more of like once I got in my truck and started headed home, I was blasting music. I played the fight song twice in a 15-minute drive, like, so that was the party time. And then like on the way home too, thinking like, holy shit, all the pain that I've been through. Appalachian State, not really too much for me because I was really young. I think it was 2008. But just remembering how hurt my dad was, like, holy fuck, we just lost that game. And then you've got, when I really started to get into it, Ohio State just dominating us. Dominating. And then 2016, probably our best team with, who was our quarterback? Was it Wilton Spate? Horrible quarterback, but we took Ohio State to overtime. We were ranked 2 or 3. We were going to get in the playoff, hopefully. And then kind of got fucked, in my eyes, on a call. And then the 2019 to 2020, like, we were really bad. Mm-hmm. And then 2021 making the playoff, like, holy shit, and then getting blown out by Georgia. And then 2022, this is the one, and then losing to TCU was just so hurtful. So finally getting over that hump and winning it was amazing. And it's still a great feeling.
Yeah. I want something in college because, like, the closest I've gotten for college was the 2015 men's basketball team where Wisconsin lost to Duke in the national championship, and that was one of the most fun rides I've been on watching a college team, and I would love to just get a college championship.
Yeah, like even with Michigan basketball too, you had the championship when I think I was a freshman in college against Villanova. We just got rolled.
Yep.
And then the Final Four versus UCLA when I had COVID. That's a memory forever. Just the pain.
I will never forget that.
And then, watching on the couch, double mask with gloves on.
Yep.
Yep. So just all that, and then finally getting one is great. But let's talk future now. I didn't really think future till like the next day. Kind of looking at it like, oh, Harbaugh's going to leave. JJ's gone. Blake Corum's gone. Our defense is gone. Like, I initially was like, we're not going to be very good. But then I started to develop this hot take a little bit. And I was like, JJ is not going to get drafted very high in the NFL draft. He shouldn't. I think he's projected to go like late first. But he hasn't shown anything. So I'm like, here's my hot take. I'm just going to spew it out. Harbaugh comes back, JJ stays. That's my hot take. And let me explain. It started out like at the end of the game, I was like, Harbaugh could come back. Why not just dominate college football? Why do you want to go to the NFL? Like, you're already getting paid great here. Just dominate college football. So, and then after the game, the interview, did you see this? Harbaugh was talking about spring ball.
Yeah,
he was like,
we're
going to back it up a month. So that's what made my take kind of go down a little bit because people are like, wow, imagine if Harbaugh came back. But I find it unlikely that it'll happen because his brother's got a Super Bowl. He can hold that over him again forever. But I think Michigan needs to go out and make a huge offer to Harbaugh to stay. And then JJ, if Harbaugh stays, why not stay one more year? You're good. You still have a good team. We're going to have a great offensive line. You got some receivers. We got some young receivers. You got a great running back core. The defense is kind of questionable. We're losing a lot of guys. But if Edwards stays, JJ stays, and Harbaugh stays, why not? And then if they do end up leaving, which is, I think, inevitable. I think they leave. But Orgy is going to be just fun to talk about. I get to say Orgy so much. It's going to be fun celebrating his touchdowns, Orgy in the end zone. Like, it's going to be great. So we got our championship, and I've always said, give me a championship. I can go 10 years of suffering now. But guess what? I don't have to. The Lions are in the playoffs this weekend against the Rams. Give me a Lions playoff win, and it's the best year of all time already, fucking 10 days in. I just can't complain.
You're setting this up perfect for my transitions.
Go ahead.
So I saw a tweet today. NFL comparisons. I just want to know what your thoughts are. So it's college quarterbacks compared to what they'll be in the NFL. So it starts off, there's 7 of them. Caleb Williams, Zach Wilson, Drake May, what the New York Giants thought Daniel Jones was, Jaden Daniels, a fast Marcus Mariota, Michael Penix, Geno Smith, Bo Nix, slow Marcus Mariota, J.J. McCarthy, Desmond Ridder.
No.
And then somebody commented and said, also, Joe Milton, a better version of Anthony Richardson. The original poster said, if Anthony Richardson was a completely incompetent passer and rusher, so I guess after those adjustments I could see it. Thoughts?
Horrible. Caleb Williams, Zach Wilson, first of all. What the fuck? The JJ one is bad, too, because JJ, my comparison to JJ is going to be, I'm going to go with a watered-down Matt Stafford. No, I take that back. I take it back. No, I don't take it back. A watered-down Matt Stafford, because he's not going to be anywhere near as good as Matt Stafford. He's going to be just mid in the NFL, right? But Stafford, when he first came into the league, was throwing the ball so hard. Remember Kelvin Johnson's fingers? Because how hard.
Yeah, but McCarthy also has more rushing potential.
That's true. So, but in terms of the passing, I would say Stafford, just because JJ throws the ball so fucking hard. It was the number one thing I bitched about in the championship. I was like, they can't catch it if you're throwing it 500 miles an hour.
I've got one of my own. Nico, I'm alive, whatever. Prime Mike Vick.
Before the dogs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I would say
that's my one to watch for.
You know my comparison for Jaden Daniels?
What?
Eagles, Mike Vick.
Okay. I honestly don't hate the Michael Penix Geno Smith comparison. Like Geno Smith right now.
Yeah, but I don't
like not amazing, but not bad. Like serviceable.
That's true. All right, you want to get into some NFL?
Yeah. Can I start with my proposition to you?
I was gonna start with Paige's picks and then do your proposition.
Okay, that's fine.
So the Paige's picks recap. Last week I said I had to go all out, try to get some upsets. I think I fucked myself. If I would have just went the way I wanted to, I might have been okay, but we'll never know. So Austin finished on top again with a little bit. I think it was closer last year. Wasn't I one back last year?
Yeah, I think so, because you had to do some counting to make sure.
We had to go back, stop the count. So Austin finished 170 and 102. That's very good. I was 4 games back at 166 and 106. And then Paige finished 156 and 116. Very good for Paige. I'm pretty sure she was a lot worse last year with her picks.
Yeah, I think so. We should try to. Well, also, she went on a huge run at the end of the year.
Yeah,
like
she
the
got
last
hot.
3 weeks.
Got hot.
She had a 10 win, a 12 win, and I don't know what last week's was, but
last week she had 10. No.
For week 18?
Yeah, I think she had 10.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead with your notes there?
Well, so last week, just some funky things that ended up happening. I flipped on the Bengals. I had the Bengals written down, and then I took the Browns money line as my long shot, and I asked Jake to flip to the Bengals. He allowed me to. Obviously, the Bengals ended up winning, but I could have gained one more. And then Jake was talking about the Eagles-Giants game, and for a second debated flipping to the Giants, and then he was like, no, I was never going to take the Giants. I personally tried to get him to take the Giants, and I said there's no way that the Eagles lose 2 shitty games in a row. They did, but Jake could have gained one there.
They had their starters out there, too. Like, they wanted to win that game for a chance because the Cowboys were playing at the same time.
Yep.
And then they got rolled
Yep.
by the Giants.
Paige also wanted to take the Cardinals in Week 17 and Week 18, but she took the Eagles and the Seahawks because she thought that's who was going to win. The Cardinals ended up beating the Eagles, and they should have beat the Seahawks, but Matt Prater got jinxed by the announcers and missed a field goal. They lost by 1. But she could have picked up 2 more wins there. And then Jake only took the Rams because he realized he needed one more upset, and they ended up winning. Beat the Niners.
Yeah, because my thought was, the Rams are benching their starters too, and I was like, the 49ers backups are probably better. But the Rams went out there and won on a field goal, so
yep,
crazy. Let's hear this proposition. Congratulations on your win, by the way, back-to-back champ.
Thank you.
Hope to get you
Thank
next
you.
year. Maybe next year I'll put a little bit more thought into it.
So my proposition, Packers obviously made the playoffs. We play the Cowboys this week. If you look at the division standings in the NFL, the Packers finished just, 2 games back?
No, 3.
3 games back. Okay. So it was tight.
No, it wasn't.
It was tight, but...
The Lions locked it up Week 16.
So the Packers beat the Lions in Detroit on Thanksgiving. The Lions lost to the Cowboys. So if the Packers win this week against the Cowboys, I would like to make a deal that you officially give us back the Kings of the North name.
No. You can have back the name when you win the North again and the Lions.
Fine, we'll just have it back next year. It's going to be known. If
listen,
by the transitive property, if the Packers beat the Cowboys, the Cowboys beat the Lions, and the Packers beat the Lions, then the Packers are the Kings of the North.
Nope. Transitive property does not transfer to the NFL. We know this. There's research. The Lions should have beat the Cowboys. We got fucked by the refs.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the scoreboard right now. Did they?
Shut the fuck up. If the Cowboys rolled us, say we lost by 30 like I thought was going to happen. I mean, they kind of did, but... No. If they beat us by 30 like I thought was going to happen, maybe I would never consider actually calling you the Kings of the North, but I wouldn't be this upset about what you're proposing here. This is just fucking downright idiotic.
But what about the fact that we killed you on Thanksgiving at your own home?
Didn't kill. It wasn't a kill. It was a stomp.
What about the fact that Jordan Love is a better quarterback than Jared Goff?
No, not enough tape yet. He's only got one. He doesn't have a full.
Not enough tape.
He doesn't have a full year out yet. First of all, I have toned back my Packers hate so good. I have admitted that Jordan Love looks great. He's playing amazing football. I saw a stat on his TD to interception
third straight
ratio
Hall
in
of
the
Fame
last
quarterback.
9. No, you are way too early on this. Goff has been to a Super Bowl, so we already got you there. If Jordan Love wins the Super Bowl this year, you know what? If Jordan Love wins the Super Bowl this year, I'll say he's a better quarterback than Goff. I'll say he's a better quarterback than Stafford.
Wow.
No, I won't actually say that. Stafford's a future Hall. But listen, you know what? If the Packers win the Super Bowl this year, I will say I will let you buy me a shirt that says Jordan Love best QB in the NFC North, and I will wear it for every single Lions game next year.
Interesting.
You have to buy the shirt though. I'm broke.
Well, I have to custom make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun fact: my mom's got one of those cricket machines. She could probably make it. You just got to buy it.
Let's lock this up here. So what's the official?
If there's nothing on my end because it's so wild, like obviously the Packers aren't going to win the Super Bowl, but if they did, if the Packers win the Super Bowl, I'll say on this podcast as well that Jordan Love is the best quarterback in the NFC North, and you get a shirt that says exactly that. You can put whatever design on it that you want or whatever, and then I'll wear it for every single Lions game next year.
Did you like the picture I just sent in Discord?
I didn't see it yet.
I'm going to use it this week.
Hang on. Where is it? Where's my Discord? I guess I could just look on here. Hang on, folks. I got to check this.
I already have.
I'm going to look.
No, I already have the custom. For those of you who don't know, I have a custom picture made by one of our friends, truly Zach Beekman, of Jordan Love's head photoshopped onto the Big Game Hunter video game with him holding a lion's head open. I have a new one this week for if we beat the Cowboys. Did you see it yet?
Did you send it in Tanks and Tutties?
Yeah, I did.
Oh. What is this?
Jordan Love in a poncho with a cowboy hat holding a squirt gun.
Oh, nice.
So he is, yeah. I'm so ready to use that this week.
I want the Lions Cowboys rematch, kind of. I want to go there and beat them. So I hope you lose. But yeah, if Jordan Love wins the Super Bowl this year, I'll say he's the best in the NFC North. But as of right now, Goff has gone to a Super Bowl. We just won the North this year. We're the kings of the North. That's it. It does piss me off that you guys are in a fucking rebuild and made the playoffs, though. That's fucking annoying. It's so annoying.
I love that it pisses you off.
Who wouldn't that piss off that's an NFC North fan? Like, if you're a fan of a team, like, you've obviously been through some shit with Rodgers, why would you not be pissed that the Packers now made the fucking playoffs in a rebuild? Like, you were supposed to be bad.
You know what's crazier,
Jordan
too?
Love started the year bad, too. He was bad to start the year. It's no doubt.
What's crazier, too, is that, A, our wide receivers are like the 5th-ranked wide receiver group in the NFL. But B, if Rodgers didn't get hurt, we would have the Jets' first-round draft pick this year as well.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Right?
Well, it wouldn't have been as nice because if Rodgers plays, they're nowhere near. They had the best defense. Did you see that stat? Number 1 defense in the NFL, number 32 offense. That's crazy.
We still would have had 2 first-round picks, though, and they would have been
2 first,
pretty
but they would have
decent.
been 2 late first because Rodgers would have made the playoffs. I'm convinced that if Rodgers played this year, they would have made the playoffs. I think they might have won the AFC East.
Quick side note. Garrett Wilson's giving up his number 17, taking on number 5. There's been some rumors about a certain number 17 wanting to join the Jets.
Yep.
Keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, that'll be maybe I should hold on to him. If he gets reunited with Rodgers, he's going to be prime Adams again. All right, let's move on from this. We've got our bet. That'll be fun to watch. You got me fired up. Let's recap the games that mattered. I'm not going to talk about anything else. The Packers won. They got in. We already talked about that. We don't say anything else. Texans-Colts was a fun game. Did you watch any of that?
A little bit towards the end.
So this was a win and you're in game. It was back and forth, man. The Texans came out, scored on the first drive, first play, 75 yards to Nico Collins. And then end of the game, I know I'm fast forwarding a lot. It was back and forth the whole game. End of the game, the Colts are driving. They were down 7? No, down 6. Driving 4th and goal. They go for it with like 3 minutes left, I want to say. And then wide open receiver, and Minshew threw it kind of low. The receiver didn't catch it. It was it wasn't 4th and goal. It was 4th and 1. And Jonathan Taylor had, what did he have, 175 fucking yards? You've got Jonathan Taylor on your team on 4th and 1, and you threw it to a backup running back. Granted, he was wide open, and Minshew missed him. So the moment was too big for Minshew.
It also hit the guy in the hands.
Hit him. You got to catch that ball and then roll over for the first down. Absolutely. But you can blame Minshew a little bit as well. That guy got a lot of death threats. That's the most fucked up part about football is the death threats, man. It's so dumb.
Agreed.
Let's see. What else mattered?
Holy shit, breaking news.
Whoa!
Breaking news.
Michigan retired Nick Saban. Are you fucking
Nick
kidding
Saban
me?
is retiring. Holy
Michigan
shit.
made that motherfucker retire. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Hey, thanks for recording on Wednesday.
Yeah, this is good. Nick Saban is retiring. Wow.
I did not see that coming.
Michigan put that man into retirement. We killed him. We killed Nick Saban because you know what's going to happen now, right? He's going to die within 2 years. He's old.
Is he going to think he pulls a Brady and ends up unretiring and goes back to the NFL?
There's a lot of openings.
There is a lot of openings.
Wait, any of the teams that he coached for, are they open? He coached for the Browns?
Browns, no.
Dolphins, no. Was he with the Patriots?
I don't think so.
You know what he does? The MSU fires Jonathan Smith and says, Saban, come on. Make up for what you did.
Dude, what if him and Bill teamed up?
Yeah, wow.
Whoa.
Saban imagine Saban as an OC.
Jesus.
Wow. Michigan retired Nick Saban. That's the headline of this episode. Wow.
Wow.
I mean, it was going to happen eventually. Dude's getting real old. Now, I forgot to bring this up in Locks and Long Shots. I'm going to add it as a long shot. You can currently bet on Bill Belichick's next team. You can bet
Where?
stays with the Patriots. DraftKings. You can take to not be a coach in the NFL for plus 700. I took that, and not coach was plus 400 maybe, and then any other team that they didn't list was plus 700. I think Belichick retires. So
No.
yeah, I think he's next with Saban. We're going to lose the two greatest coaches of our time right now. I'm telling you. Go grab it while you can before the odds get smoked. I'll check my odds and add it to
right
long
now.
shots. Wow, Nick Saban retires. That just threw off everything. What were we even talking about? Oh, the games.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else mattered? Titans-Jags. The Jags had to win, and they won the division. They lost to the Titans and missed the fucking playoffs. So, back to Saturday, the Steelers beat the Ravens backups. They won 17-10. TJ Watt probably done for the year. That sucks. But with that win, that put them to 10-7. And then the Jags lost, so they missed the playoffs. The Jags. Crazy.
Yep.
And I think it's time to say that Trevor Lawrence is not the guy. He's bad. Get him out of the league.
I don't know if I can go that far.
Okay, let's move on because I don't want to talk about Trevor Lawrence. The other game that mattered was Bills and Dolphins Sunday night. Great game. The Bills were Allen had 2 turnovers on the first 2 possessions in the red zone?
I didn't watch the beginning of the game.
Oh, I was watching the beginning. Let me try to remember. Hang on.
Also, I can't find this Bill Belichick.
Did they take it down? It's under. Hang on. Let's look while I talk here. So Josh Allen, they started with the ball. They punted. Miami went down. I believe they scored. And then Josh Allen got into the red zone twice. They scored, 3 times. They scored once, and then he fumbled and he threw a pick. Big Cat just tweeted, "Oh no, Dave is going to claim that he killed Saban." That's what all Michigan fans are going to do, bro. Let's see. It's under. Yeah, it's under head coaches and then next team. So, plus 250 is the Chargers. Plus 275 is.
I'm in the NFL tab right now.
Yep. Scroll all the way over at the top there to head coaches. It's right before the draft.
Damn, they really. Nope, I don't have it.
Tennessee doesn't have it.
Nope.
So I'll list them off real quick. So the LA Chargers are plus 250. The Patriots are plus 275. Not to coach an NFL team is plus 400. What did I get it at? I got to scroll past all my shitty Pistons picks today. I got it at plus 600. So we're already good there. And then I also took any other team that they didn't list at plus 1,000 because I was like, a lot of teams are going to be interested. Now, the only thing is that what if they choose to list the team that wasn't listed when I took that bet? Do I lose? That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
So, see, now they added the Titans. They weren't on there before. That's annoying as fuck. So that bet's going to lose. That's annoying. So it's got the Falcons, the Commanders, the Titans. I think the Commanders is a good shout. Any other team, the Panthers, the Giants, the Saints, and the Jets. I don't know why the Jets are on there. They're not getting rid of Saleh. You could also take Harbaugh.
See, that's the one I want.
The Chargers are plus 150. Not to coach an NFL team is plus 330. The Bears are plus 2,500. It's a good shout.
Oh, there's the Dave Portnoy. Nick Saban retires after loss to Michigan in Rose Bowl.
Yeah, I love it. So, yeah, I'm not going to take anything on Harbaugh except for not to coach an NFL team. So it doesn't – hey, wait, keep an eye. Does it show you when I take the bet? Oh, hang on. I got to deposit. I'm taking not to coach an NFL team. I think he comes back.
I'm going to go check.
Why not?
Did we finish Bills Dolphins?
Not yet. I'm going to after I place this bet. Tell me if you see the notification for that.
I'm
All right,
going
Bills
to check
Dolphins.
right now.
Josh Allen, turnover machine. He had a fumble. I think he had 2 picks. And then, but they figured it out, man. Defense shut down Tua. Tua had a chance to, and late in the game, didn't do it. So, Bills covered. They win. They won the division. Good for them. They got home field in the playoffs, which is huge because Buffalo's crazy playoff time. So that's that. Huh?
It does show it. I just can't take it.
Gotcha. So, with Saban retiring news, that segues us into the coaches being fired. So, Arthur Smith fired. Ron Rivera
Thank
fired.
God.
Mike Vrabel fired today. Pete Carroll, I don't think he was fired, though. Because they said he's going to have an administrative role.
Either way, he's not the coach of the Seahawks
He's not
anymore.
the coach. Yep.
This makes me a little sad that Black Monday isn't Black Monday anymore. Just because, like, Black Monday has taken up what its cousin Black Friday is doing and just makes it a week-long thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Where, granted, I probably shouldn't be cheering for people to lose their jobs, but when it's a single day, just a shit ton of people getting fired, it's more fun that way. I don't want it to be drug out through an entire week. Just do it all at once. Let me see 8 coaches fired. That's my only gripe with Black Monday, but...
Sorry, I was reading a Woj bomb. Not really that much of a bomb. My only other point before we talk playoffs, unless you have something, is that the Lions, like, they really got fucked. Now, I realized this after I typed this up because I typed this yesterday. But, so the Lions with their win against the Vikings and then the 49ers losing, in quotes, they would have had the 1 seed if they would have gotten the win they deserved against the Cowboys. But the Niners would have played their starters then this week, or last week, I guess, because it would have mattered, and I think they would have beat the Rams. So, in my eyes, they got fucked. However, it's, like I said, the 49ers probably would have played starters and won. But, you ready to talk some playoffs?
Playoffs?
Playoffs. So let's pick our winners, our predictions, our winners on each side, and then the final game. And then we'll go through each week. We'll just go through. So for this week, we'll just talk about the matchups, pick our winners, things to watch for, shit like that. That'll be our preview. How does that sound?
Okay.
Let's add predictions. Sorry for the typing that you guys can probably hear right now. So my prediction, out of the NFC, I am going to take the Niners. It's a square pick. I know. Oops. And then out of the AFC, the 1 seeds look really good this year. But I don't think Lamar's got the clutch gene, so I'm not taking the Ravens. I almost thought about the Chiefs, but their receivers are going to fuck them down the stretch, right? So then you look at, you got the Bills, the Dolphins. I think I took the Chiefs, obviously, so I'm not taking the Dolphins. I'm taking the Bills. I think they go this year because since the 9/11 comment from Sean McDermott, they have been playing unreal football. Their defense looks great. Josh Allen looks not good, but playoffs, man. Anything can fucking happen. So I'm going to say Niners versus Bills. However, I hope I'm wrong because I did take the exacta with the Ravens and the Niners. So either way, I'm happy. If it's Niners-Bills, I was right. If it's Niners-Ravens, I make some money. So Niners-Bills.
Bills' defense also has been good thanks to the Packers.
Yeah. What's his face?
Rasul Douglas. Yeah.
He's been unreal.
Yep. You're
Shout
welcome.
out to the Pack. I'm going to say the Bills win it. I have their future. I got them at plus 1,800, so I'm taking the Bills.
Okay.
Obviously, heart pick is the Lions, but for the episode. Now, your Super Bowl matchup.
So I think, personally, out of the AFC, I think it's a cakewalk for the Ravens. So I'm going to take the Ravens out of the AFC. Out of the NFC, I also really want to take the Niners and take a 1 seed there because that looks like it'll be fairly easy.
Their defense is just so good. And their offense.
Yeah. I think... Should I take somebody else and not just do chalk?
It's your prediction. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I just knew you were going to chalk. That's why I put it in there.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Niners. I do say, though, if there's a team... I think wild card weekend is going to be actually wild. I could honestly see upsets in every single game. I think...
Bills.
Yes.
I can't see Steelers in that game.
I think if there's one team on the NFC side that could possibly cause some uproar... Actually, there's 2 of them. I'd say the Rams could if they beat the Lions. And I sneakily think the Bucks could.
Obviously,
the Bucks
are
the Packers can, but
like,
I don't want to be that guy that puts my own team out there. So
at first I was going to be like, the Bucks are trash, blah, blah, blah. But their defense is playing good. It wasn't earlier, but end of the year, they're looking all right. And the Eagles are a trash team. If they win that first game...
they're catching the Eagles at the best time.
Yeah, they got a lot of guys that have been there. They've got Evans, they've got Godwin, they've got their offensive line has a couple guys that were there, and then their defense. So,
however,
I agree with the Bucks.
With that being said, I think that with the Eagles having what happened to them the last 2 weeks and not playing good over the last couple weeks of the season, I think there's a potential that they absolutely destroy the fucking Bucks and then just go on a run. And I'm very scared of that.
I don't think it's a close Eagles win. I think it's an Eagles blowout or
Bucks win. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think it could be a close Bucks win, but I don't think the Eagles win a close game. I think they either blow them the fuck out or the Bucks win. So.
And then,
By the way, for anybody that didn't hear my keyboard typing, I correctly predicted Austin's matchup and winner.
I do have the preseason future on the Ravens. That's looking
The Ravens were easy because of the future. That looks good. And you got $5 per win, so you're already in the green. So,
exactly.
Not technically, because didn't they give you a free bet for each win?
Yeah, up to 10
as
wins.
it happened. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
so you only got okay. I see. It was
The
a great
best
pick.
you can
Though.
do is
I
break
tried to
even.
talk you out of it too. Well, I tried to have you take the Bills. That would have been.
I was
going
to say you tried to talk me into the Bills.
But the Ravens look a lot better. But the Bills weren't a bad shout.
Yep.
All right, so let's do each game. We'll start with Saturday at 4:30. The Browns taking on the Texans. I think this game's gonna be a lot of fun. Joe Flacco, C.J. Stroud. Cleveland's about -2.5. I think the Browns win this game.
Yeah, I really want to take the Texans, but I think not only. I want to take the Texans, but I think I'm going to take the Browns just because of experience, and I also think that if everything plays out how the NFL wants it to, there's the Joe Flacco returning to Baltimore storyline.
Exactly.
And I have a very, very strong feeling that that's going to happen.
Especially with the Browns' defense, man. Their defense is so good.
Mm-hmm.
And C.J. Stroud's young. He made some mistakes last week against the Colts when it didn't really, the Colts aren't very good. They are okay. But, yeah, I think the Browns win this one. They are on the road, though, which is tough. I might take the Texans with the points, but...
Great call on my part about
game.
the Texans, by the way.
Yeah, you did say they'd be a playoff team, and I shit on you.
Yep.
First, you said over 500. I shit on that a little bit, but then I was
and
like,
then
I can see it.
I think 2 weeks later I said playoff team.
Yep, and you were fucking correct. Good for you. And they lost their best receiver. If they had Tank Dell, I might have taken the Texans.
100%.
I think if Tank Dell's out there, it's a pick 'em. Just because Stroud only has one weapon now, really. Because I don't.
Dalton Schultz.
I don't count him as a weapon though. He's kind of just like pepper spray. Like it's not really a weapon, but it's protective.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
But like Nico Collins, he could kill you.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it last week. All right, so we're both on the Browns there for the win.
Yep.
Do we want to keep track of records just for fun or no?
If you want to.
Can you write them down?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to?
I can.
Yeah, let's keep track of records just to see. Maybe throw it down there with Paige's picks on the sheet there. Okay. Or in your phone. I guess that works too. Whatever you want. Browns. We're both on the Browns. There we go. So then they put all the good games on Saturday, which pisses me off because I'm busy Saturday. But Saturday night at 8, we got Dolphins Chiefs. It's on the cock, which I hate, but genius from the NFL because all the Swifties are now going to buy Peacock if they didn't have it already.
Yep.
We kind of already set this one up a little bit. It's going to be 0 degrees in Kansas City. That's where it's going to kill the Dolphins because they're from Miami. They're all used to Miami now. Tyreek Hill's going to be slower because of the cold. Actually, Tyreek Hill played in the cold before. So I think it's a game where you just kind of hammer Tyreek Hill's props. But then inevitably, I got KC -4.5. I think they win the game.
Yeah. Right now I'm leaning Chiefs. Unless something changes throughout the week, I'm probably going to end up taking the Chiefs. I hate that this game is on Peacock.
I luckily bought Peacock for I bought it for an MSU game when Sid was over here one time, and
I found out on Monday that I've been paying for Peacock Premium for months and didn't know it. So
oof, that's
$5.99 a month. Never used it.
So are we both
until yesterday?
Yes. All right. Then we get to Sunday. This one's quick. 1:00 Steelers Bills. I think the Bills roll at home. Their defense is playing great right now. The Steelers offense is not anything. They struggled against a Ravens defense that sat a lot of starters. And they just lost T.J. Watt. It's like, how do you even think about the Steelers? But I love upsets. I would hate if the Bills lost, though, because I have their future. I've never hit an NFL future on a winner, so I'd love to this year. I've got the Bills and the Lions, obviously.
I have hit a future, but not to the size of what I have on the Ravens. So,
yep. So I'm taking the Bills here. It's easy. I think I'm still waiting for Diggs to have a big game, like a 2-touchdown, 100-some yards. So I'll probably do a little parlay this week at Diggs anytime, and then Diggs over 100 yards. I think I like that. The playoffs are the best because you're not really you're not worried about injuries as much because if somebody is hurt a little and they would have protected them regular season, they're going to be right back out there. So I love that. I'm taking the Bills though.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills too. There's a stat about double-digit favorites in the playoffs covering at like a super high rate. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's very high. So I'm probably going to be sprinkling on the Bills -10, even though it's a lot of points.
Yeah, I don't see them losing that, or I don't see them losing, of course, but I see them winning big.
Yep.
Packers Cowboys. That's why that game was huge Sunday night, because the loser, they knew they were going to have to go to Kansas City, and then they knew the winner got the Steelers. So that was huge. Packers Cowboys 4:30. Nice little segue right before the Lions game for me. They got Dallas at 7.5 right now. The more I've thought about it, the more I'm like, you got to take the Packers in that spot. I'm not going to.
Oh yeah,
but I'm
there's
also
no.
not going to take the Cowboys.
Never mind. I was going to say there's no noon game on Sunday, but it's the Bills.
Yeah. Give me your keys to how do the Packers win this game?
Run the ball with Aaron Jones. Make sure that he's used. He has to get at least 25 touches, not just like rushing attempts. He has to have 25 touches. And honestly, I haven't really talked about this. I used to not really like Dontavian Wicks for some reason. I didn't have a reason to not like him. I just didn't like him. I'm coming around on this guy huge, and I've seen some of his tape recently, and I'm going to make a really bold statement that you might not like, but he might be the next Devontae Adams. He legitimately...
You already said that about fucking... No, you already said that about Christian Watson.
No, I like truly mean this one deep in my heart, because when it comes to his routes, the way he runs routes is phenomenal. And there's some like side by side of him running routes and compared to Devontae running routes, and it is like kind of scary how eerily similar it is. And he's also got great hands. He's quick. He's big. I'm really liking this guy. So I think get him involved. I don't know if Watson or Dobbs are playing. Dobbs is injured now too. I don't know where the whole team is coming around. The O-line looks good. Jordan Love needs to probably throw for 250. Aaron Jones, 25 touches. And we need to get 2 turnovers.
The way you beat the Cowboys, and we've seen it in every single one of their losses / close wins, is to control the clock. Don't let Dak have too much time. Run the ball, control the clock, keep their offense off the field. And it works because their rush defense isn't very good. So I think Jones has to have a big day. Get Dylan involved because he's fat, but he's not bad. Like I've come around on Dylan a little bit.
Dylan's out, or he was out last week. I don't know if he's still out this week. But.
Oh, shit. Okay. I want to see the Cowboys, but honestly, if the Packers win, it's good for us because then – so if the Packers win, they'd take on the Niners, which they'll lose that game. We know how that goes with the Packers on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Packers win, they would play
A.J. Dillon did not practice today, so
Niners, and that would leave the Lions would play either the Eagles or Bucks. So I'm rooting for the Packers. I want an easy path to the Niners / a Packers-Lions championship game would be unbelievable for this podcast. I mean, it would be insane. It would also be very detrimental to my mental health if things didn't go the Lions' way in that game. But so I'm rooting for the Packers. I'm not going to be rah, yeah, let's go. I'm not going to be celebrating. But in the back of my head, I'm going to be like, fuck the Cowboys. I want to face the Eagles or the Bucks. I don't want to play the Cowboys again. So
I'm taking the Packers.
I am going to take the Cowboys just for strictly record. I think they win the game. But I want the Packers to win. I won't be mad if I lose that one. So next game here, Lions-Rams Sunday night. I'm pissed that this got put on Sunday night. I get it. It's probably the biggest storyline out of all the games. I just don't want to have to stay up late and then have to go to work the next day. It sucks. I would have rather had fucking put Steelers-Bills Sunday night so I don't have to watch it. Mm-hmm. Keys to the game. Run the ball. It always is. Like, Goff is serviceable. But when we run the ball well, we win. It's just how it goes. And last week against the Vikings, though, Goff was fucking slinging it, man. It was crazy. So I think the Lions win this one pretty easily. I will probably be taking their spread. I don't know if I want a double heartbreak, though, so I probably won't bet a dime on this game. But it's tough that we got to face Stafford. But nobody's talking about the fact that this is a Jared Goff revenge game. The Rams didn't want him. Do you know how much Dan Campbell's probably hammering that home? He is like, they didn't fucking want you. They got rid of you and 2 firsts because you weren't enough for Stafford. That's what he's hammering home. So I'm so excited for this game. First Lions playoff game since 2014, I think, or 2015. And I wasn't even really watching the Lions then because I was 14, 15, and I was just like, oh, all we do is lose. And it was kind of like 16, 17 I started to get into it. So I think the Lions win. I'm taking the Lions clearly. I think Gibbs has a big day. I think Montgomery kind of does what he does, 80 yards on 13 touches, but I think Gibbs goes 6 touches, 80 yards. I hope he breaks one loose.
I'm going to take the Lions as well.
Okay.
I thought about taking the Rams, but it
would be a bad pick. The Rams are playing well right now. But here's my thing about the
Something
Rams.
just isn't clicking, and I don't see them beating the Lions at home.
Also, do you want to miss out on the opportunity to predict the first Lions playoff win since 91?
True.
That's the thing, dude. My whole life, I haven't seen a fucking Lions playoff win. That's insane. It's insane.
I just want the Lions to have a decent year this year before they end up losing the North again next year. So.
Such a dick.
I'll give it to you for once.
My point about the Rams is that everybody's like, oh, they're so hot, blah, blah, blah. They played 4 shit teams to finish the year. Well, 3 shit teams and a team that benched all their starters. So I don't want to hear about the Rams. I'm not afraid of Stafford. He makes mistakes. I've seen a lot of Stafford picks. Overthrow a couple guys. Just shut down Puka. I'm not afraid of Cooper Kupp anymore. I think he's kind of hitting that. Like, he had a one-off year, and he's kind of getting old. He looks a little slow. He's always banged up. He's got a fucked up ankle. Shut down Puka, and we'll be okay. I am nervous because our secondary is hot trash. But blitz the quarterback. Blitz Stafford. He can't move. Stafford will not beat you with his legs. Get in there. Get in there. Get some pressure on the quarterback. That's the Lions' key. Run the ball. Pressure the quarterback. Monday night. Backtrack. One thing I do like about it being in primetime is that we haven't lost in primetime this year. So, nighttime primetime. No, that's false. We lost to the Cowboys. What the fuck am I talking about? We haven't lost a Sunday night football game this year.
Okay.
Monday's game. Eagles-Bucks. Eagles are -3. They opened at 2.5. This game is tough because the Bucks, their offense has not looked good. Baker hasn't looked great, but he's banged up. Like, his ribs are fucked. Their defense looks good, but they only scored 9 on the Panthers last week. It's like, and it was a must win. They played all their starters. This one's tough. I kind of want to hear your thoughts before I make my pick. It might change my pick.
I'm taking the Bucks strictly because I don't think that the playoffs go all chalk except for the Packers.
Yeah.
There's got to be an upset somewhere, and I see this one being the most likely chance.
I went all chalk, so I'm taking the Bucks because obviously it's not going to go all chalk, but I'm taking the Bucks. I think the Eagles. I think that you can't finish the year. What were they, 1-6? They were 10-1 at one point, and now they're 1-5 to finish the year. You can't do that, and it's in Tampa Bay. Their crowd will be out there. They'll be loud. A.J. Brown's banged up. He had an ankle injury last week, and Hurts fucking broke his finger. I'm taking the Bucks here. I kind
Pretty
of
sure
want
the
to
dogs were barking last year too.
Will you allow a flip?
Based on
just switching my pick to a different team
right now?
Yeah, but different game. I don't want to tell you the game until you tell me yes.
Sure.
I'm taking the Texans.
Okay.
I need another dog. I can't have one dog winning.
Okay.
And that's the only other one I see happening. So
you've got the Texans and Bucks. I've got the Packers and the Bucks.
There you go. All right. Good enough. There's your preview. I think it's going to be great games, though, all around, except for the Bills game. I think that's a blowout. But it'll still be fun because the Bills are going to look great, and it'll be good for my future. So, is that everything now? Should we hit roulette up?
I think that's everything.
Let's start a streak. I finally figured out I can share my screen to Frankie so he can see the spins now. Let me share this to you.
If I have a decent week of betting, I might sprinkle on some more Super Bowl futures, just so that I have more.
Okay. Can you see?
I can. Well, right now I'm seeing your Google Doc, but...
Oh, I shared the wrong screen then, probably. Hang on. Let's see. There we go. Yep, shared the wrong screen. Sorry. All right, I'm going to skip this one because I'm not ready. So, 0, 2, 3, 9, 13, 22, 23, 24, 30, and whatever number hits before. What is our rule if one of our numbers hits? Do we just double the bet on it for the back-to-back?
I think that was what we decided, yeah.
Okay, we just haven't had that happen yet. All right. Man, dude, roulette looks so good on this big screen.
I bet.
I'm gonna not play it though. I could
That's
sit
probably
here
smart.
for hours just losing so much money.
Part of me
So-
wants to find a casino site.
Oh, it's right next to our 23. All right, 10.
Honestly, I've thought about Bovada, hopping back on Bovada just for the casino, but I know I would lose money, so.
All right, so we got 0, 2, 3, 9, 13, 22, 23, 24, and 30. No, so if you're going to do a casino site, look up like stake.us. They got a bunch of fun slots and roulette.
I've been seeing some sketchy shit about stake recently.
I did see their blackjack.
The
is sketchy.
blackjack, yeah.
Yeah, and roulette. I saw a guy one time that it went in his number. They did a reset, and then they said, "Oh, it's a different number." 13's got a lightning number. What do we got? 200x on 13. Hit 13.
Nice.
Hit 13 one time. We haven't had
Come
a lightning
on.
number in forever. Hit 13.
Let's get a big one.
Hit 13.
Oh.
9. Let's go.
9.
Let's go. All right. Do you want to do 10 or do you want to keep it with the 20? Hurry.
Keep it.
I like it. Let's go back to back. Oh, should I change one or should I double up the 9 from the 10? Or should I leave the 10?
It's up to
I'm
you.
leaving the
You
10.
decide.
Leaving
You
the 10. Leaving the 10. Leaving the 10.
That was too much to decide way too quickly.
Yeah, and then I would have to drag it. Nice.
8 to 10. I have the lead here in numbers hit, by the way.
Well, 9 is my number, though.
I know. I just counted that.
Ooh, a lot of lightning numbers. 7 and 30 are
They're
ours.
all red. Gross.
Oh, no, 7 we don't do. 200x on 30, though. Ah, it's 12. That landed quick.
Sketch.
I don't like that. All right, well, we're out, though. We out. I am going to watch it, though. Do you want to watch it as well? All right,
Sure.
so that puts us up 20 because we didn't do the 10. That's all right, though. We're up. Finally up. This is like, when's the last time we were up?
The start.
Yeah, god damn. All right, is 9 my number? Yeah.
Yeah. I
8 to
counted it.
10. Coming back. All right, let's see what hits here. Well, no, we should end the show. Anything else to mention? A lot of things to watch this week. Paige's Super Bowl picks. She's got 3 of them. Dolphins, Ravens, Niners. I like your shots.
3 in 14 chance.
Yep. All right, I do have to watch the spin because it's blocking my audacity. I lied. So, it hit 10. Fuck.
10.
Should have ran it back.
Damn it.
Damn. All right, hey, everybody. Playoff weekend. Have a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks. Adore some tutties. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
I hate you.